Hello guys, how are you all doing out there? Hope you're all doing good. Welcome back to a pickups video. Been picking up a few bits and pieces over the last, well, probably a week or so. Um, yeah, well, actually 2 weeks because just finished a set of nights, which you do like 7 nights in a row, and you get a week off. So here I'm enjoying a bit of time off. So got a few games, got a console, and it's not a huge amount today, but it's a few bits. So, and I've got to thank Stu Toot UK for something that started up, and I must be absolutely crazy at this point in time. But cheers, Stu. Anyway, mate. Uh, so yeah, during the week, I've been watching like some old videos from like Blackpool back in the day, like 2013, 14, 15, and not really my videos, obviously, because I didn't have any from that period. So let me just turn this down a bit. Got a bit of Majora's Mask going there on the. Actually, it's on the GameCube, the one that I got off of Rob, Champion 2D. Anyway, yeah, so we're watching back on some of the old stuff, some of the stuff with Retro Chef, and meeting up with all the guys at all the different events that I used to go to and whatnot. And then I got onto watching Stu's full box collection for N64. Well, not full box, but you know, I think he's now piecing it all together, and as and when he finds bits and bobs. So I know he's got a full UK PAL set, and I know he's obviously sourcing out the manuals and boxes as and when they come about. And I don't know, guys, what's going on right now, but yeah, I suppose you call it inspiration has struck. And so, for those that don't know, previously I used to be collecting a full set N64 UK PAL box. I was 34 titles away from the full set. Um, I actually sold a bunch of it off. I decided I'm not going to do this now, etc., etc., and sold a bunch of it off to fund other bits and bobs that I was collecting at the time. Um, Obviously, then moved out, stuff went into storage, and lost the rest of it in a fire, what I had. So now I'm obviously, as you know, the last couple of videos building back, and I've decided I want to go for that N64 set again. But this time I'm going to do it a bit more sensibly than what I were before. So before it was just buying the, you know, I won't buy it unless it's pretty much mint and everything else. And so some of these aren't. This is really kind of getting a few bits and bobs, piecing it together a bit like what Stu's done over the years. Just trying to do it a bit more within a reasonable price range for nowadays. Trying to trade in where I can. I've actually done some really good trade-ins for bits and bobs that I just had lying around. A lot of Switch stuff, which ended up in getting this console. But this console, I'm not going to be doing a full set or nothing like that. This is just games that I had back in the day, and that's what the GameCube and Dreamcast and this console is going to be all about. And this, the N64, is going to be the sort of the big project that I expect will take many years. So kind of technically, I've shown you some of the N64 games I had before, so it's a little bit, this is the journey kind of starting. So I suppose I'll save that, and I'll do these bits first. So yeah, like I said, I had a bunch of just stuff laying around. Like I had, so basically a mate of mine who's got a Switch, he got the new OLED model, and he had a spare dock and charger and all that kind of stuff. And I had got rid of my dock a while back, like a couple of years back, because I only ever played it in handheld. Now I've got my own place and TV set up and everything. I was looking to get one back, and luckily he gave me all his bits, but that had a spare charger with it, and he just chucked it in. So I had that. I had I'm trying to remember what I had now. I had a couple of Switch games that I just never were going to play, and they actually traded in for some decent money. The power adapter, I think there was like, oh yeah, it was like a game official Nintendo Switch carry case thing, like the really thin one when they first come out, and yeah, there was just a couple of other random bits, gaming stuff that were laying around, and I got a surprising amount of money for it. I wasn't expecting it anyway, and I've seen other people sort of commenting about CEX. You're getting sort of better trading prices nowadays, and to be honest, guys, I really wish I'd done this years ago, but it is what it is. Anyway, so it came to that lot there was £40, and then this console I did a separate one on, so I traded some other games as well first, and what I ended up with was 40 quid's worth of trade, I believe, and that's still got the price on it. Virtua Fighter 3TB, that was £10. Never owned it, never played it before. I thought this one will give it a go at a tenner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this might be good. I think it's all complete and everything else like that. So yeah, there's the disc, and yeah, it's got the manual with it. The spine card is a little bit bent out of shape, but I'm just going to sort that out. But yeah, there's the manual. All good. So I thought £10, that ain't too bad. And with the rest of it, I ended up getting Perfect Dark. And I put it inside a box protector. It's all fully complete. The manual's seen a little bit better days. Boxes, you know, it's not bad. Not minty or anything like that, but I'm happy enough with it. And I think that's what it's going to be about this one, is I'll replace boxes that aren't great as and when I find reasonable deals, like, you know, especially if I can get bundles and things like that. So yeah, that was the first lot of 40 quid. I got those two with it at the local CEX. And that's when I realised, well, actually, if I can get that for those, I've got loads of bits sitting around. Like I said, like the charger. Had a look on the app, put all the information in, see how much I could get for it. And I ended up picking up for £55 Mega Drive 2. I always used to have the Mega Drive 1, so they didn't have one, and didn't really bother me whether it was a 1 or a 2, to be honest with you. It's a Mega Drive, you know what I mean? So it comes with the pad, it comes with the power supply, which is down there. I'm not bothering to show that, but and it came with the old cable, the sort of the TV cable you got to tune your telly and stuff like that. So I've ordered it to actually come in today, the SCART cable for it, for the Mega Drive 2. So that will be all arriving today. No games for it yet. No games. Haven't really had time to go out. Obviously been at work all week, so all last week. I've got a little list of ones that I want, so I'm going to be sort of keeping an eye out on, especially on like the YouTube swap shop. Retro Chef, I'll be keeping an eye out for anything there, mate. And I've seen a couple of Mega Drive bits actually from about 7 weeks ago. I've obviously missed it now. So that is that. That's the Mega Drive and those first couple of bits. Now moving on. Yesterday went to Croydon, old stomping ground, because I live in Crawley now. I used to live up the sort of near Croydon way. And yeah, took a trip to PlayNation Games, as if some of you have heard of that shop. certainly back in the day, I used to get a lot of you guys coming down, have come there, tried it out, exchanged stuff, bought some good bits and bobs, and generally speaking, it's always been an amazing place to go. Um, and I don't really want to come across negative about them in this video, because that's really not what it's about. But it is and it isn't. It's just more the experience I had yesterday. And I think, well, I was sitting there thinking about this last night, and I thought the place is sort of sterile. I think it's, you know, it's got very little soul left in it. Not like it used to, if you know what I mean. It's a big shop now, but just a lot of space there, and it's a lot of there was some okay stuff, you know, and I suppose depending on what you're viewing it is, prices. It's shop level. It's Croydon kind of, you know, near to London prices. Probably yes, you can get better. Certainly, the further out you go. I think the big change is that I don't like the owners used to be really visible. When I say owners, I think it's only the one now. Dan, if I remember rightly, I think he's still running it. And we used to love going in. You could spend 2-3 hours chatting away with all the guys there. Throw your trades in at them. They'd always give like a decent little deal. You'd come away with a bag of stuff. And as we, you know, we did last time, everyone was down. You go across the road to your Weatherspoons or whatever pub it was, and get a bite to eat and all the rest of it. And it was a good day, you know. And I used to love jumping in the car, go up to Croydon, spend a few hours in there. Always used to come out with a few bits and bobs, and I did come away with 3 N64 games. So I was watching a video by, I think he's a YouTuber up that way, called Ed Hunts, I think he's called, and I like his videos, and he does, like, from what I can tell, he's either like Bromley or Croydon area. But he did a video going to PlayNation games last week, and I saw a bunch of these box N64 games, and maybe this is what it was, because I pretty much watched that after watching Tootie's videos, right? So yeah, I suppose that just got me in the mood for it, and I was like, okay, they've got some box games. I can see that they might not be the greatest condition, but that's fine. Hopefully price reflects on that, and we can pick up, maybe even do some deals there. The usual kind of system not in place there. It's fair, you know, not knocking them at all, but it was a couple of young ladies in there running the place. I assume either Dan not there for the day, or it's not there at all anymore. I really don't know. The sad thing is, guys, I come away from it not having that feeling like I used to when visiting that shop, and it's a bit of a shame. Well, I'll show the games, then I'll carry on. So I picked up all these 3 came to £30 or £29.99, I think it came to. First one is WWF Attitude. I'm gonna have to lean a bit closer, give you some. Now you can see this one needs an iron big time. This is going to be a Tootie special. It's just been sort of caved in. I mean, I think this is really rescuable, definitely. It's not that bad. It's a bit crushing. I think what's happened is the inside, you might even be able to tell. You can just see there. That is meant to be a bit further up, and it's just been crushed. And that means that it doesn't really hold the game, or the shape of the box is meant to be kind of a bit more like that, and it just holds the cartridge better in place. It's got the manual. Manual's not too bad. It's used, you know what I mean. It's not ripped or anything like that, but it's a bit wrinkly. But yeah, that was £15. I ummed and ahed a bit on it, and I thought, okay, you know, it's probably about the going rate on eBay and things like that. And if I do see a better box in the future, fingers crossed, things come down in price. You never know. For a £5, this is a definite box upgrade candidate, and it needs an insert as well, because it's got no what do you call it? No tray to hold the game in. It is F1 World Grand Prix, and it's the what they call it, player's choice. That's it. A little bit of crushing on top. The box isn't actually too bad. And probably once I do upgrade this, I will try and get a spare insert for it, and this will be quite decent actually. Could probably do a tiny little ironing job on it, and I think it'll be fine. Got your cartridge in pretty good, decent nick actually, yeah. And well, this one came with the manual and the precautions leaflet, which is actually, I didn't realise that was in there, so that's a bit of a bonus. This was £4.99, so that's really kind of why I picked it up. I can give it a go, play it for a bit, and I can upgrade it later on down the line. And keeping in the same vein of form there, this was the one that I actually saw on Ed Hunt's video, and it was, there were actually two games I saw, but I'll get to the other one in a minute. I didn't pick it up, but this one was £9.99, F1 World Grand Prix 2. And this one's actually in nice condition for what it is. It's got like little bit of shelfware, do you know what I mean? So that I don't mind. I'm not, as Tootie would say, I'm not looking for sort of shelf queens or anything like that. It's that was what I used to do, but I accept in the grand scheme of things that's just not going to happen nowadays. So you know, getting it for as good as what I can get it. This one wants another inlay again because it's just been absolutely obliterated, this one. Unfortunately, you can just see it's absolutely pancaked. It's missing bits and bobs, but comes with the manual. Quite a thick, chunky manual, this one. It's like reading a little book. Actually, manual's in really nice condition. I'll give you a little view on that. That's actually not too bad at all, and the cartridge is in very nice condition as well. So yeah, that all came to 30 quid. There were some other bits there, quite a few other games, but had like, so Marines for example, but the box was absolutely devastated. It was like, really had been sat on and torn and just utterly abused, and I thought, nah, it's not. And they wanted, it was either 12 or 15 quid for it, and I thought, that genuinely is just not worth the bother to pay that kind of money. And I'm definitely going to have to go out and replace a lot of shit on it. So left that, but the game in the video that I was watching, firstly was F1 World Grand Prix 2, and secondly it was Super Mario 64. And it was stacked up, and I thought, well, it does look a bit crushed from what I could see in the video, but you know, I'm sure a bit of ironing it out and it'll be fine. Like, you know, hopefully again price will reflect on that. Well, it was 20 quid, but it was NTSC USA. I thought, live and learn, don't you, at the end of the day. So what can you do? Obviously I'm not going to buy that, so, and the rest of the games, the box games anyway, just wasn't worth it, and then the cartridge were quite expensive, to be fair. So anyway, that's the actual pickups done with. I'm really happy to get that. And do you know what, £28 at CEX for Perfect Dark, especially given I've traded a bunch of stuff that I'll never, you know, I just weren't using or whatever, I think that's a really, really good deal, to be really honest. and that makes it. I need a box for GoldenEye box manual because the cartridge is what came with the console in like the GoldenEye sleeve. So I need a box separate for that. So that's on my shopping list to get. Got a few Mega Drive games I'm going to be after. I've got. So for the N64, there's a couple of bits I need to get to be able to play some games because some of them I can't even play at the moment. And that should probably give you a hint as to what I've ordered. And there's a couple more games for the 64 coming. And the rest of it is going to be whatever I see out and about this week. And so that's it, the journey started. Once I get these two games come in, one I bought off a friend, really good title for the 64. And another one was a must-have that I had back in the day. Well, actually when I first got the console. And I kept it all the way through. And obviously lost it in 2018. So I rebought it in really nice condition from what I can tell. So that should be arriving Thursday. So probably weekend, Sunday more likely I'll chuck up another pickups video, see what I've got, coming through, or you can see what I've bought. And that's it. The rest of this week is playing games and enjoying it. So that's it for now, guys. I'll see you probably at the weekend and show you what else I've got. Take care for now. Bye bye.